Welcome to 64 Bourbons Under $100, where we're on the quest to find the best bourbon under $100.
If you have any questions on how we got to this point or what our rules are, we have another video that you can go watch.
Right now, we're in the $25 and under category.
Okay. All we know is this is a bourbon labeled A. Ooh, that's earthy. A little nutty.
I like the nutty.
100 proof or above, I would say.
Maybe. Got a nice little sweetness to it. I'm not mad about it.
No. Here's our bourbon labeled B.
It's darker.
Ooh.
Maybe a little harsher also.
I don't know about that. I'll have to wait till the second sip, but I get more syrupy, kind of silky, a little bit more butterscotch, a little more dessert flavors in there. Second sip. Okay, yeah, this second sip, it is a little darker.
A little darker.
Maybe like some dark cocoa powder or dark chocolate. More of a.
It's got more of a hug, maybe a higher proof. I think it's a little bit harsher. I don't know. I'm going back to A.
Yeah, I think A is a little easier.
I'm enjoying A more all around.
Like the nuttiness of A, but it's also a little bit brighter.
I also think it's a little more viscous.
Going back to B, yeah, it's it's good, like it, but it's a little harsher. Oh yeah, it built it. That B builds.
There's almost like a bitter note on it towards the finish
that's
for me.
that dark chocolate.
For these reasons, I'm voting A.
I too am voting A. So let's find out what
is A?
Advancing. What advances is Evan Williams Bottled & Bond, and it beat out the Rebel 100 proof.
I think this was a good matchup because of those 100 proofs going up against each other.
Yeah.
But the Evan Williams Bottled & Bond just came across as more well-rounded to me.
Well, that's good because I think I had it advancing in my bracket.
Oh, okay.
So.
He's just trying to win. All right, I guess we'll see you in the next one.
See ya. Welcome back to 64 Bourbons Under $100, where we're on the quest to determine the best bourbon under $100.
We got two totally random samples from that bracket in front of us. We don't know what we're about to drink, so let's just get into it.
This one just says A.
Interesting. A little bit of a cherry note. I like that. Not too much cherry. Not medicine cherry.
No, yeah, a little
sweet,
cherry,
a little
cherry
syrupy.
sweetness.
Oh, a little brown sugar, a little oak. I'm not mad. For under $25.
A little warm here in the chest. Take a sip.
I mean, there's not much there as far as like the finish doesn't go on for a super long time. It's not super viscous. It's not super rich, but on to B. A little bit of an orange sweetness on this one. What are we having? A fruit salad?
Yeah, this is a little more perfumey.
Perfume, floral, peaches, oranges.
Peaches and cream. It is maybe a little brighter, a little fruitier.
A little floral,
Yeah.
little fruit. I find it to be a bit drying.
I don't know if I'm feeling you there.
Back to A.
Double fisting here, the only way to do it. A's good. A's good, man. It's it's also
Yeah,
bright.
man. It's so good,
Yeah,
man.
man, like A, like man.
I'm really digging A, you know?
Bro.
Ugh.
A is also bright. There's some oak in there too. Almost the perception of age. I don't think it's very old being in this category.
Right.
But I'm perceiving it to be a little touch of age. A touch of gray. B is there too, but I'm getting more of the things I maybe don't wish are there. Like it's got a little bit more heat and not as much depth and flavor.
I agree.
Comparatively. B to A.
1 hour later.
No, I think A's just got that brightness that I'm looking for. I vote A.
I vote A. Advancing for us is Old Granddad Bonded.
And it bested?
Very Old Barton 100 proof. If you have your brackets in front of you, you already knew that.
On paper, that makes sense. All right, 2 for 2 on predictions here. Just
Not
saying.
so bad. We'll see how you keep faring
Yeah.
as we continue.
All right. See you tomorrow.
Welcome back to 64 Bourbons Under $100, where we're on the quest to find the best bourbon under $100.
These are blind to us. All we know is this is marked A. Oh, that's nutty.
It is, and it's sweet. It's got almost a honey, syrupy sweetness to it.
Okay. Wow.
Oh, it might be too sweet.
That's sweet. That's sweet like candy.
I like the nutty note that's in it, but that is very sweet to
That
me.
is Mandy Moore. Missing you like candy.
Honey, syrup, a little bit of vanilla.
There's something about it that I like.
Oh, I don't know. If it weren't for the sweetness, let's see what's going on with B. Oh, I like that nose.
Muted though. I miss the nuttiness.
Oh, are we gonna disagree on this one? This one to me has a little bit of chocolate and cinnamon, and it also has sweetness, but it's a little bit more like on the maple syrup side than a honey.
Sweet in its own way, though.
I do recognize its flavor profile, I think.
A little banana-y.
It has a hint of that. It reminds me of like, yeah, chocolate chip banana bread with cinnamon. So it is sweet. It does have a little bit of fruit. It's light. It's airy. The finish for me is sticking around for longer.
I feel like it might be a little bit bitter.
Going back to A, it's still just like sweet, and I feel like it's just kind of one note.
It's not as good after having B on the palate and then going back to A. I'll say that. I'm picking up more flaws.
When I revisit B, it's still got those layers of flavor, and while I recognize that those flavors might not be for everyone, I appreciate it's more than one note, and the finish goes on for a bit longer.
Finish does go on longer. I am liking it more after, sort of A/B testing. I'll tell you what I like about B. More barrel, more wood influence, and I am starting to like that now. As I sip on this more, I am liking that presence of oak. So for these reasons, I am choosing B.
Great, we agree.
Okay.
And advancing is what? Cooper's Craft.
Cooper's Craft.
Against Wild Turkey 101. This is why it's important for us to update this series. 7 years ago, this would not have happened.
So that's our first bracket buster right there. Cooper's Craft, 82.2 proof. Beating out a Wild Turkey 101. Shocker! That's how it's gonna be, I guess.
I don't know how to feel.
All right, we'll see you next time.
See you in the next one.
Welcome back to 64 Bourbons Under $100, where we're on the quest to determine the best bourbon under $100. These two are blind to us, but they have been paired up by their seating. This is just called Bourbonnais to us.
Yep, round one for Bourbonnais.
Cherry. Baked goods, baked breakfast.
It almost smells like a cherry Danish.
Yeah.
Like a cherry cream cheese Danish breakfast thing. Oh, he likes that.
Hungry.
I think there's some barrel, some brown sugar notes.
Yeah.
It's desserty.
Nice little proof there. Not really a Kentucky hug, but felt some, perception of proof. Barrel. I'm gonna give it a second sip.
It has personality.
It does.
I respect
like it.
that.
Got a little spice to it. Moving on to B now. Not as much of a nose. Where's the nose? I got a little bit of brown sugar and cinnamon.
I'm getting
That's about it.
a pretty focused floral note, and it's kind of like perfume or potpourri. Like when someone sprays too much of something and you're like, I don't know if I want to be in the... Can you roll down the window?
Yeah, okay.
I'm not saying it's gross, but better on the palate.
Yeah, but it's muted compared to A, I feel like.
Agreed.
Not
I think
as much there.
I completely agree. I think it's muted, and what is coming through is like a sweet, floral, perfumey note on the palate.
Yeah, not a whole lot there. All right, let's go back to A.
I've already decided.
Yeah, A's just got more personality.
I'm like, we can go back, but
yeah, I don't think we need to.
I'll do it one more time, just to... Nope, it's certain.
Okay, well, I pick A.
I also pick A.
Okay, advancing is Old Forester 100 proof, and I kind of thought we were dealing with an 80 proofer. Not advancing is Four Roses 80 proof.
Which may be an unfair matchup because of the proofs, but we did not match these things based on our own personal biases.
That's right, yep.
So it's just the luck of the draw.
We will see you next time. Until then, drink more bourbon.